In today's video, we are going to discuss your broken heart and how you can get over a broken heart from a lover or a friend or anything that is bringing you down and into a place of happiness and peace once again. So you're going through a heartbreak, and if you found this video, more than likely that is why you are here. You want to know, how can I feel better? First, fast, please help me feel better. Well, I am here to help you feel better today. And the very first thing I want to say is, as a first responder response, is that your mind is going to be crazy. And if you're here, you probably already know that. And you're hearing all the thoughts that are coming into your head of, I'm not worthy. I knew this was going to happen. I can't get over this. I'm never going to be able to get over this. I never want to be with anybody else but this person. I'll never have a friend as good as him or her. I'm never going to have a lover that's better than this. I feel like this person is made to be in my life and now they aren't. I'm here to tell you that your thoughts are not telling you the truth. Your thoughts right now, when you're in this first response mode, is trying to do things for you to protect you from allowing this to happen again. It is putting you in protection mode. But what you're hearing, no matter what the evidence that you think is true is going on, what you're hearing in your thoughts are not true. But what is happening is you're creating space for these things to make them true in your life again. And as this channel, you know that we talk about how to create a life you love. That is basically what I teach. Yes, I do on the soulmates and the relationships and all that, but really it's about how to create a relationship that you love, how to create a life you love, how to create the wealth and the money that you love. And the one way that you do that is by creating the space for the things in your life in the way that you want them. So what has happened now is you've fallen into a place of heartbreak. And we don't want that to continue. So stop creating space by allowing the thoughts in your head. When you hear things like, this person is the only one for me, you're creating space for that to be true. See, we have free will, and free will goes any way you want it to. It goes to the good side and it goes to the bad side. And what you say to be true in your thoughts are what you create space for. Now, does that mean that you have to be all positive all the time and you're in a breakup and you're like, yes, it's awesome, it's great, I'm just waiting for the next beautiful person to come into my life? No, you don't. You don't have to be all positive and happy and wonderful all the time to manifest beautiful things. But you do not need to make space for the negative things in your life. Don't believe the lies. I'm not asking you to create beautiful concepts that bring you into a different place unless you're ready for that. You just don't need to make space for those things. So what are you going to do when this has just happened? And if you're in a first response and this has just happened to you and you're feeling really depressed and really sad and really broken and you can't get out of this and you don't know why this happened to you and all that, and you're in victim mentality, I'm going to say stay there for a limited time only. Now, my clients that know me, and if you're in the middle of going through sessions with me and you go through some sort of breakup in the middle of it, and this does happen because when you're transforming, your idea about yourself changes and you realize that things that are no longer good for you need to fall away. So a lot of times there are breakups that happen because the energy doesn't match any longer after you change your energy. So you are feeling in a place of heartbreak. I will tell my clients, I give you a few hours. You may feel horrible and victim mentality and watch the sad movies and do all things for 4 hours, but I'm going to give all of you watching this today 1 day. This is what you have time to do in 1 day. It's your old response to breaking up and feeling sad. The old response is you're going to watch sad movies. You're going to eat comfort foods that never make you feel comfortable, right? Eating 12 donuts doesn't make you feel good. Eating a whole pizza doesn't make you feel good, not even in your body. There's nothing about it that feels good, but go ahead and do it anyway. Give yourself 1 day. go ahead and text that person. Say all the things you want to say. Get it out of your system, because you're not going to be texting them after this, because you're going to feel stronger, okay? You want to ask questions? Why did you do this? Why did you tell me this if this wasn't true? I want to know. I want to know. Hopefully you'll get answers. If you don't worry about it, because the answers don't really matter. They're just something that you need right now. You need that energy in order to get through this trauma. So you're going to take that. Listen to the sad songs. Read all those text messages. Do all of that, okay? You've got one day to be the victim of your breakup. One day. And if you're watching this video and it's been weeks now and you feel like you need one more day, you take it. But if not, you're going to go on. You're going to move on to day 2. And what are you going to do on day 2? Day 2, you're not going to contact that person anymore. You're going to make a decision to no longer try and control the outcome of how other people make you feel. Okay, so when you are contacting that person, you're trying to force a reaction out of them. You are, when you go by their house, even if they're home or not home, to see if they're there. When you're stalking them on Facebook, when you're texting them all the time, when you're talking to their relatives or their friends or friends of friends to see how they're doing and to let them know that you're still thinking of them, you are putting push energy on that person. You will never get anywhere by doing that. So you're going to stop doing that starting day 2. And the other thing is that you're going to need to do is get rid of anything that makes you ruminate in your thoughts. And a big thing that will happen for are your text messages to and from this person. Delete them so that you no longer can read them. I know that seems harsh, but trust me when I say, if you've got any little leak of things that can make you feel bad, you will search them out, because you're trying to match the trauma all the time. It's just the way we're made. It's part of our protection mode, but it's no good. It's just no good. Delete the text messages. You don't have to delete all the photos, but if you find yourself looking at all of them again, I never want you to delete those memories. But if you find yourself in a place where you're like reminiscing and missing and all that, get them off of your phone, move them to a place where you can no longer see them all the time. Don't make it convenient for you. You're not going to, and I'm going to repeat this because I think that this is super important for you to understand. You're not going to text, call, send messages through other people, all of that to the other person, because that other person has made up their mind. Or maybe you've made up your mind for them and you've broken up with them. You can feel just as bad in where you are about ending a relationship, even if you're the one that ended it. So you need to cut the contact. Now, if you have kids and you're ending a marriage, that's totally different. Of course, you have to keep the person in contact, but you do not have to keep all the nasty text messages back and forth, or the loving ones, or any of that. Just delete it all and get it out of the way. That is the biggest thing that you're going to do on day 2. And the other thing that you're going to do on day 2 is breathe. Every time that those bad thoughts come into your head, I want you to take a break back, take a deep breath, hold it in, let it out. Do that 3 times. Learn to breathe through the thoughts that are not true. The negative thoughts that are happening to you right now are not true. They are lies. Don't allow yourself to sit in that place. Don't allow yourself to say, I can't, I don't know how, I don't whatever. Yes, you can. Just try and eliminate it. What are some other things that you can do on day 2 and forward in order to control your mind? Well, I really enjoy either reading a book, one that's really good. I recently read the book Circe. It was really good. If you haven't read that, I recommend it. Or you can watch Netflix series or Hulu series. But when you choose the things that you want to do, make sure that they are for you. You want to break all codependency that you have with the other person, especially if you've been in a relationship with that person for a very long time. Your food choices, your music choices, your TV choices are always going to be evolved around what they like and what they want. But now is your chance to explore yourself and be in your power and say, what is it that I want? Don't do anything that the other person would enjoy more than you. Now, if you both had similar things that you liked, you can do that. Let's say you like cooking, and this is a reason why you want to choose what you want to do. And you're like, today I'm going to make bananas Foster. And at first it starts off as innocent, and you make it and you set it on fire and you take a picture of it. And then you realize that you had bananas Foster with this person at this restaurant, and it was one of their favorites, and they talked about it for a very long time. And now you want to send a picture of it to them because you want to let them know how great it was that you made this. That is one reason why you will not do something like that, because you're doing it to force a response from the other person. Now, I have all sorts of videos out here about push and pull energy. Go ahead and read that or watch them, okay? Go back through the archives and try and find one. But you do not want to push your energy. You want to stay in your feeling place and not create a reaction from the other person. Because when we do that, we're in our masculine energy and we are asking for a response, and we're wanting them to change something, or wanting them to make us feel better, or we're saying that we want them to understand, that we want them to feel better. But the truth is, it's all for yourself. So the only person in your life that can make you feel better is you. Your friends can't make you feel better. Your coworkers can't make you feel better. Your friends, your pets can't make you feel better. Only you. Now, pets can make you feel a little bit better. You can go play with them, right? You can have fun with them. So what are we doing beyond day 2? Beyond day 2, we're going to really try and give ourselves a beautiful, juicy life. What is it in your life that you want to create? Do you want to create more wealth? Do you want to create more happiness? Do you want to create more joy? Do you want to create a beautiful relationship with someone else in your life? Like maybe your parents, maybe that relationship has suffered a little bit. Maybe you want to bring that back up. Whatever it is that you want to create, I want you to think about what it is that you personally want for yourself for your life. And I want you to start doing that. Do things that make you feel better, that make you feel feminine, that make you feel happy. Now, I know a lot of times that these videos are not just women that are watching them, they're men too. But you can do things that also make you feel good, okay? And everybody has feminine and masculine energy. And if you're, it doesn't necessarily mean you're not a feminine. It's not necessarily always a woman. It can be in a man's place, or you're so brokenhearted that you are feeling like you're in your feminine energy. Okay, and that's okay. We go in and out of both. We both need those energies in order to survive in us. We're all a balance of it. When you become a place where you're in a very, very good place to be in a relationship, you actually are very balanced in your masculine and feminine energies, okay? So you want to stay in your own protected energy and not push out anything at all. Because the more you do that, you degrade yourself and you push the other person away more and more. And just because you broke up with someone doesn't mean that the chances that you aren't going to get back together. But no matter what, you're not going to try and create anything to make that happen. Now, along with getting rid of the text messages, I should have said this on day 2, you also want to stay off social media. Do not stalk the person's social media. It is going to make you crazy trying to figure out what they're doing. The way that they're going to respond is going to be different than you. They may go out, start dating again immediately, start picking up on other people, doing all these things, and it's just going to hurt you. Choose to stay away from that. You do have control of your thoughts. You do have control of your actions. And on the times that you fail and it doesn't work out, forgive yourself and tell yourself, I'm not going to do that again. I'm not going to do that again. And if you fall, you fall, but try harder next time. I'm not going to do that again. It'll get to a point where you're like, I don't even want to know. I don't need to know, because the more that you focus on yourself and what you desire and what you want, and you get out of the codependency nature that we naturally can kind of have, and you grow in yourself, you become more powerful in who you are as a person. You become more powerful in your will and the controlling of your thoughts. See, everybody will tell you that you need to be present. If you want to be present, if you just can get your mind present, then you won't have to worry about all these things. The truth is that's very hard when you're going through a breakup. You're going through something very sad. When you're actually grieving when you go through a breakup, okay? And so your thoughts are kind of all over the place. So you have to find other ways to control them. Doing things you love. Get your nails done. Start working out. Start asking yourself, do I love my body? Start loving your body. It simply is a choice. It doesn't mean your body's going to be in the perfect shape that you want it to be. You're not going to be a size 0 and a perfect 10 body, but you can still love your body the way that it is, and you can learn to love the way you look. Really start delving into that. And these are areas where a life coach can totally help you break free of all the things that you have going on, telling yourself, so that you can find joy and peace in yourself. But when you find happiness inside of you, that is when you're ready to find the perfect mate for yourself. So next thing you're going to do, like I said, create a big, juicy, happy life. Find things you want to do. Go out and learn how to, shoot a bow and arrow. Take a photography class. Go glass blowing. I did a glass blowing and melding class with my friend Jackie one time. It was so much fun. Do things that really interest you, that keep your mind active, where you have to focus on that thing and not be focusing on other people and other things and the breakup and all of that. Call a friend. The thing is about calling a friend on day 2, 3, 4, or however many weeks, you don't want to talk about the breakup. Tell them, I just want to hear about you. What's going on in your life? Tell me what's happening. No matter how depressed, no matter how horrible things are for them, it doesn't matter. You're not talking about what you're going through, and that is the key. Try to keep positive people in your life, people that can guide you and all that. But if you don't want to talk about it, say, look, I really don't want to talk about that, and try not to think about it right now. Anybody will respect that. Just move into that place. Now, once we get back and we're feeling good about ourselves, and we're ready to go back into the dating world, okay? And a lot of coaches out there, relationship coaches, will tell you, if you've gone through a breakup and you're really hurt, go out and start dating. I don't know if this is great advice. I don't, but I know dating can be very fun, and it can keep you active, and anything you're doing to keep you active and going and all that is extremely important, and I do recommend doing that. But if you've gone through a lot of dating and you've had a series of really bad breakups where you're feeling just broken again and again and again, I'm going to tell you something that probably nobody has ever told you before. You are attracting what you feel you deserve subconsciously. So if you're attracting men or women that are no good for you in some way, you feel that they are at the level that you deserve. And that simply probably isn't true. And the reason that it's not working out is because you know on this level that you deserve more, yet you're attracting at this level because there's just something that's a little bit off. So you need to fix this by increasing your self-worth. There really isn't much work to this, okay? Increase your self-worth by understanding that you're worthy. Start looking at the things that you're really good at and praise yourself for them. Start looking at the value that you bring to a relationship. And that is something that you need to look at. That is actually a conversation I had with someone recently was, I know what the value that I bring to a relationship. And this may sound incredibly snobbish, but people will ask me all the time, tell me why you're single. And I will say, well, one, I'm single because I'm widowed, and I'm single not by choice, but by the way the world works sometimes, one. Number two is I'm also single because I live a beautiful, happy, and great life. And I'm extremely picky who I get to be in that life with. And that is the truth. I love my life, and I want to love all the relationships that I bring into it. Therefore, I will not tolerate things that are not good for me, that are not working out and all that. And so I'm very, very picky. And I will flat out say it, I am a picky bitch. That is why I am single the way you see me single. I don't feel single ever. I actually feel really good in who I am, and I just enjoy life. And it is nice to have companionship in your life, but I'm also super happy without it. And that is a great place for me to be in. And that's a place that I hope all of you can be in. Because when you're in that place, that is when that person comes into your life. It is when you start really attracting at a high level. So what is it that you offer? Because a lot of times we say to ourselves, I want this person who has this great body, who looks good, who can take care of themselves, who can take care of me, who can make me happy, who can cook really well, who can, okay, that's great. You want all those things with that person? What do you want to give to them? What is it that you're willing to give up? And don't just say, well, I'm giving you myself. Or I'm giving you, like, I'm a really good in bed. I know that I can offer you that, but that's it. That's all I'm offering you. Well, that other person wants to give you a whole lot. So you got to be able to match that. So what is it that you offer? Think about that. When you're ready and you've gotten past all of this heartbreak and all that, do an inventory, because your past relationships, the ones that you've broken up with, will tell you exactly where you don't feel right about yourself. What I mean by you attract what you feel you deserve is this. If you feel like your body isn't so great, then you will attract a person who thinks your body isn't so great. And that is always going to make you feel like you're inadequate. If you feel like you aren't smart enough, then you're going to attract someone who feels like you're not very smart, and they're going to reiterate the thing that you've made space for, which is that you're not very smart. Now, does that mean you have to have a PhD to date or whatever people are going to make you feel? No, just know that you are smart enough. Know it. I'm smart enough to be with this person. Just because they have a PhD or they are a scientist or whatever doesn't mean I have to be. That may not even be the reason that they like you. They don't even want that. They want you in their life because they like you. Okay? But we have these thoughts about ourselves. Like, we have to be pretty enough. We have a great body. We have to have a great job. We have to have all these things. We do need to be in a place where we're very secure with who we are. But if you have a job working at Wendy's and you love it, that's all that matters. You love it. Love what you do. Love who you are. And allow someone to love you. Get into your place of receiving. When you're ready to start dating again, you want to be in a place where you can receive from other people. And when you're in a place of trauma and you're putting all these boundaries up and you're in a breakup mode, you're not in receiving mode yet. So you've got to build up. See, receiving mode comes from your self-worth getting higher and higher and higher. And all of this comes flowing out of you and into the world around you. And then you reverse your polarity and you're able to receive the things that you feel you are worth. And that is when you receive at a high value. Now, I'm Jodi. I'm a life coach, a transformational life coach, and I am here to help you transform. And if you're really struggling in any area and you're tired of breaking up over and over and over again, and you're tired of feeling all this sadness, and you're tired of losing friends, and you're tired in so many ways, I want to help you. My client load is a little heavy right now, but if you're fit for me, I will make room for you. And even if we just do a consultation to help you get through this breakup mode and this bad time, I want to be the person who helps you understand how great you are. I want to help you transform into the person that you are meant to be, into a place where you find things that light you up all the time, that you're living a life that you love, because that is what you're worth doing. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope you guys have a beautiful day. Bye.